blessed ones of the nations of the world. One more time, thus as your brother Dan Moses or say our Sakodi of TRC, Ghana, coming to you with the continuation of our exposés, testimony, new world disorder. Akufo to the program, testimony, new world disorder. We have received expose part 175. God made a way. We as well received part 176. Part 177 is going to be what to do. We appeal to you, we urge you to continue watching the exposés chronologically from part 1 downwards as we go. Because God is before our very eyes, is debasing, exposing the evil minds of Ghana and America who are behind what is happening to humanity and the nations of the world. Watch them chronologically to understand. Upon all thy getting, get understanding. In order for them to divert our attention from what they are doing to humanity, all kinds of fake news out there in the global media and in the media of Ghana. They are tactically crafted by the intelligence of Ghana and of America. Some are playing the world on the international scale. Others are playing the Ghanaian people. So we no longer know the difference between what is news and the fake news that they use to taunt our minds. A few years ago, a courageous man had to tell the world in regarding the fake news that have flooded the media and the world, that the fake news, what they are doing to the world, has been around. It has been as old as Adam, as old as the days of the Garden of Eden. Who is that courageous man? Joe Biden doesn't remember, because the American people know that he's a maniac. The greatest terrorist doesn't remember. If you put a ribbon in his hands, you give him a scissors, cut the ribbon, and then he's cutting air. You understand? He cannot remember to write from memory and sign book of condolence. For a courageous woman, that Isabel will never dies, and he will copy from paper. If you tell him, greatest terrorist, you are losing your memory, you cannot recall, you cut air, and you are a maniac, you have no memory, you have no conscience, you can't recall anything. He said somebody at the White House also has lost his memory, so it's okay. Jimmy said. Akufo to the program, testimony new. Ghana, if you look at what we are, how they think that we don't have brains in our heads. But we know that God is making a way for his innocent applicant to help us by making us understand that the White House, since the days of Barack Obama, through the days of courageous Donald Trump, to the days of coward Joe Biden, has known that the code name of this African, because of hatred for him by haters in Ghana. One is North Korea, the other is China, also Russia, and many more. So whenever you are hearing Russia, you have to think Pause. Don't get confused. Don't panic. And ask yourself, what Russia are they talking about? Are they talking about Russia as a nation? Whenever you hear them talk about Putin, don't panic. Putin is the code name of an African. This Ghanaian, they know it. So when they are counting on the mind about Putin, you also have to, are they playing us, or they are telling us the truth or the reality? You understand? Okay. So understand that Ghana, media of Ghana, acquired to the program Testimony New World. What do we do in the face of this global wicked, bizarre happenings? What to do is to start treating fellow humans as humans and accord them with the dignity due us as humans. There are no humans and deputy humans upon the earth. You understand? Whether we be Judaists, whether we be Christians, whether we be Muslims, whether we worship or we do not worship, we're created by God in His image and His likeness. And we got to be accorded with the dignity due humans. Christ is my Lord. If I think that I ought to tell you about Christ, I don't have to hate you as a Judaist and come to seek to get you killed, or as a Muslim and come to seek you killed, or as a Rastafarian and seek to get you killed. Unlike the haters and the tribalists hated my Reverend Dr. David Nabe for being a Christian, for being a Muslim, I said a Christian, for being a Northerner, and for being a Christian. And they came to kill him in the house of God. We should not do that. We should dignify our lives and have value for life. We are going to the book of John, chapter 12. Let's go there. So let's have value for life. As Nana Addo Akufo is standing at the UN General Assembly this 21st of September, telling nonsense to the United Nations, at the ignore of the cowardly secret killing of his people, we are telling him here in Ghana what to do. Come back from New York and from the United Nations headquarters. You have destroyed your national currency. The world knows that. If you cannot stand at the United Nations US General Assembly and tell them that you gave your diplomat, politicians, religious leaders over to be killed for money, and you are behind the destruction of your national currency, which you have made it as more useless than the toilet paper. If you can't tell this to the United Nations at the UN General Assembly, which we know already, what nonsense are you telling us at the UN General Assembly today? United Nations, the African, on the 12th of September 2020, courageous on behalf of humanity and on behalf of the United Nations, told us, the United Nations, that we should dissociate the United Nations from every crime covering of Joe Biden and Nana Addo Akufo and his government. We should dissociate ourselves. We should even deny, for the sake of humanity, any involvement. Otherwise, if the world comes to you, the consequences are bizarre. What the United Nations have to be told, we have told the United Nations through the Secretary General's office. The nonsense that Akufo is going to tell you at the UN General Assembly is just like, it's as nonsense as his fake news. Akufo to the program Testimony New World. What to do, dignify humanity and get dignified human life. John chapter 12. We are continuing. Verse 3. John 12:3. We are dwelling here for a long time. We're talking about Mary. We're talking about Lazarus. We're talking about Martha. We're talking about Jesus Christ, whom when he has raised the dead back to life, Lazarus, he sought to kill him for giving life. he fled. And when men thought that he feared death, he courageously came. Just like we courageously went to the funeral of Nana Kojo Adrian, because we know that from Jesus Christ. Now let's see what happens at the supper made for Jesus in his honor. I'm reading from John 12, verse 3. Then took Mary a pound of ointment of spikenard, very costly, and anointed the feet of Jesus, and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with odor of the ointment. That is the dining table. That is the environment of the dining that we are reading about. Let's go. Then said one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot. Everyone has a name. Nana Addo Akufo, the tribalist, qualified that. Joe New World Order of the White House, we qualify that. Because Joe Biden is not called John Donald Trump. He's not called John Roberts, the courageous of the Supreme Court. There are differences. He's not called John Boehner. There are differences. So then said one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, not Simon Peter, Simon's son, which should betray him. Let's go on. Why was not this ointment sold for 300 pence and given to the poor? I'll take it again. Then said one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, which should betray him, which should betray Jesus. Why was this not with this ointment? Why was not this ointment sold for 300 pence, and given to the poor? That is the end of the reading. Akufo to the program, testimony he was. We are telling us that what to do as United Nations, as the powers that be in America, as the powers that be in Ghana, in Europe, in the United Kingdom, as members of the human race, is that we must value life and dignify life, call life with the dignity to it. We are using the lesson from the dining room of Jesus. Akufo to the period of testimony, he was also. Imagine Jesus sitting at the table to dine with the family of Lazarus. The home has been amazingly decorated. They were not sitting on the bare floor. They were sitting on chairs and by a table with a meal placed on the table. Beside that, we are hearing that at that dinner, the life of Jesus, which was despised and sought to be destroyed, at that dinner, it was so much cherished, adored, and honored to the point that a fellow human took the hair and started wiping the feet of Jesus, making Jesus feel honored, feel special at the dining table. And the room was filled with an amazing odor. The room was not stinking. Akufo to the program, testimony the word. This that the Bible is teaching us has been around for over 2,000 years ago amongst the people of Jesus, my Lord. The people of Jesus have built upon that knowledge of how to dignify humans. at meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, in their homes. They have transferred that to the entire community, where people dine and wine at amazing restaurants and hotels. They sit in honor and dine. 3-course meal. You have your appetizer before your main course, and your dessert follows. At homes, at their restaurants, in their communities, their children go to school and they are dignified. At meal time, this prudence of growing business, the hospitality industry, has been built upon by various nations of the world. And they have all kinds of hotels, restaurants, scattered in various. Ghana, go ask Nana Akufo that in New York, where he is standing, how many McDonald's restaurants are scattered in the city of Brooklyn, where he's standing? It's Manhattan, where he's standing now. How many? Beside Kentucky Fried Chicken, beside Wendy's, name them. You understand? They're scattered everywhere to provide service for their citizenry. People are made to feel humans at various hotels and restaurants. They dine and wine under chandeliers. We are not talking about food. We are talking about prudent wisdom of advancing the hospitality industry in your nation, other than you being treated like an unwanted human being in your own land. In Ghana, Choba, you go to Choba, you want to buy meat, and I don't want the head of the fish. I'm paying for it. They will tell you, it is the head that I want to give you. On to a cup. If you not buy it, go. Business smart is not there. The wisdom of business is not there. You understand? Bible is teaching us that we should, when it comes to our dining sets at the home places, we should make it a place of comfort, good order. Don't you pound the fufu of your fellow Ghanaians on a bare floor, put the plates on the soil, bare soil, and serve it on the floor. Put the soup on it, and when finished, before we do, you understand? No, they are humans and ought to be treated like humans. Don't sit at the dining. Don't serve your husband a meal when your daughter, little baby, has made a mess in the diaper and the whole place is stinking, and you expect your husband to eat and love you in such an environment. The room where Jesus was filled with aromatic odor, beautiful odor. This is in the Bible. I go about the program, testimony, New World Disorder. When the children go to school, treat them like humans at their dining. Don't tell them about school feeding program when they are sitting at the dining. The stink that comes from the pantry is more horrible than poop, and they cannot even. They have to. They have to block their nose before they can eat gari with beans without oil. Akufo to the program. Testimony, the word is all. I'm saying that we should not starve our people to death when there is abundance stuck in various farms. After all the labor of the farmers, that the food get rotted in the farms, and the farmer does not reap his reward, and the people are starving out there. I'm saying that let's not strategically invent anger upon various nations and blame Russia, Ukraine for our nonsense when we knew that before Russia, Ukraine, we have tactically been making fellow nations and other nations of the world, they are dignified, starve in the face of abundance of food. That is what we are talking about. We are saying that there is prudence here. You go to the UK, it's applied, and the nation has advanced regarding their hospitality industry. You go to the US, they have advanced regarding their hospitality industry. Now, Akufo, do you want to compare your lack of memory to Joe Biden and say it's okay? Go to Joe Biden's country where you are standing and acting. People eat under chandeliers. People go to sit on grasses, amazingly grown landscape for recreation. Do you compare the dumpster that you are giving to your people to what you see there? Your people are humans, and the Bible teaches us to dignify each other and not destroy the life of the innocent. The same Christ Jesus, my Lord, that plot was orchestrated by religious Caiaphas prophesying to kill him. That same Jesus was the one rejected by men, received by Mary, received by Martha, received by the family of Lazarus, and they were dignified in him at the dining table. This same Jesus would take 2 fish and 5 loaves, bless them into abundance, and would not undignify his people. Sit down on the grass, feel comfortable as humans. Do you work in an environment where you don't even have lunch break? When you have to eat, you have to stand as though you are a soldier, a military personnel in a work environment. Nana Akufo, you hate me and you are referring my land site as Achimota Forest because you thought God cannot develop it. Come there. Every worker of mine, God gives me the grace. That's working on my site. I pay them more than the by-day labor pay that is known to the Labor Department of Ghana. And by the grace of God, I give them money for lunch as well. Do that for the parliamentarians of Ghana. Do that for the judiciary of Ghana. And they shall not take gold as bribe. Akufo to the program, testimony, new world is all. We shall dwell in John chapter for a very long time. The guilty conscience of the haunted can continue to haunt them. But we believe and know that God has put so much in there for us to receive for the build-up of our nation and for advancement. This is just a gist of what we ought to receive today. And we have received, we shall build upon it. We shall begin to dig deeper. God bless you. And God bless my homeland, Ghana. We have no remarriage talk with a U.S. undercover agent. By the grace of God, our soul has escaped accident. If ever we shall be in America, then it is because there are Americans in Ghana and there are Ghanaians in America. But not because we have any dealing with the coward serial killer. Joe, you heard us right. We are in Africa, Ghana, our home. Joe, you are invited to come to Africa, Ghana. God bless you. And God bless my homeland. Oh, wow. What to do, we know it. Bye-bye.